What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome back to another comic book video. Alright guys, so it's time for us to basically jump back into our Marvel Siege reading order. And guys, today we pick up with Marvel Siege number 3. Now guys, if you are new to my channel, basically guys, every Friday I upload one video covering the Marvel Siege reading order. And guys, today, like I said, we're going to pick up with Siege number 3. Now, guys, fair warning. After this book right here, we have to cover a lot of different tie-ins and then jump back into the Siege number 4 book. And so guys, it could be a good month before we jump back into the main storyline. Honestly, I do not know. I'm thinking about doing like one Monday, like 2 videos, so it can help us get through the tie-ins quicker and back into Siege number 4. But again, that's just me thinking about doing that. I don't know yet. But guys, let's go ahead and jump back into Siege number 3. Now guys, this book right here, it does pick up right after the ending of Siege number 2, where we saw the actual good Avengers appear to fight against the Dark Avengers. And so guys, you have 2 battles going on right now. You have the Dark Avengers fighting against the good Avengers, and you also have Thor trying to fight against the Sentry. Now guys, that key word right there between Thor and Sentry, trying. Because Thor is trying to get back at Sentry for 2 reasons. 1, because the Sentry is with Norman Osborn attacking Asgard. But 2, the Sentry in our last book, or not our last book, but about a few videos ago, we saw the Sentry kill Ares, the god of war. He basically ripped Ares in half and said, "This is my full power. This is me wiping out gods. Nobody can stop me." And so Thor is kind of like, you killed my brother in arms. Even though Ares and I are different groups of gods, I still looked at Ares as a brother in battle and war, and you killed him. And so I'm here to get my revenge against you. The problem though, guys, the Sentry is stronger than Thor. We can say that because in our last book, or not our last book, but back in Siege number 2, the Sentry killed a god. He killed God of War, Ares. And now he could possibly kill Thor, the god of thunder. And so we're watching the Sentry just beat down on Thor. He's kind of like, dude, there's no way you're able to stand up against me. If I just killed a god of war, what makes you think the god of thunder can stand up against me, the god killer, right now? Now, we are going to jump over to Maria Hill and Tony Stark, because right now, guys, Tony Stark is still sidelined. He can't fight. He needs help. And Maria Hill, well, she's watching over Tony Stark to make sure no bad person gets to Tony Stark. But out of nowhere, a young Avenger appears. His name is Speed. He appears to Maria Hill saying, "You need to give this to Tony Stark. We need his help out there in the battlefield. This item right here can save his life and get him back in the battle." And so you have Tony Stark tell Maria Hill, "Bring it here. Bring it here right now. If this can help me to help me help the young Avengers, the good Avengers, then bring that item to me right now." And so you have Maria Hill giving it to Tony Stark. Now, we do jump back to the big battlefield. Again, we have the Dark Avengers fighting against the Avengers. We have Thor, again, trying to fight against the Sentry, but getting their butt kicked. But the thing is, while they're fighting these 2 big battles, you do have Tony Stark appear out of nowhere and hack into Norman Osborn's tech. And yet Norman Osborn kind of like, what's going on? Why is my tech right now shutting down? Who's doing this? And he looks up and sees Tony Stark. And guys, Iron Man has now joined the battle. You have Iron Man saying, "We're here. I'm here to bring you down, to finally end this nonsense, because I have no idea why the American government thought that it would be a good idea to put you in charge. But I'm here to finally put an end to you. And so you have, again, the Avengers fighting against the Dark Avengers. But you do have Norman Osborn tell the Sentry, bring it down. Bring everything down. Just bring everything down. And you have the Sentry push Thor away and brings Asgard out of the sky into the ground of Oklahoma, which means Asgard just got destroyed by the Sentry. He destroyed Asgard. He brought Asgard out of the sky into the ground of Oklahoma. And it's kind of like, dude, the Sentry is that powerful. Now, guys, to go ahead and wrap up Siege number 3, you do have Captain America and the rest of the Avengers walk up to Norman Osborn and to say, listen, it's over. We won, and we're going to bring you in. You lost this battle a long time ago. It's time for you to give up. But you do have Norman Osborn turn around and say, you fools. You crazy fools. I was the one thing keeping him calm. I was the one thing keeping him from wiping out our planet. I was the one thing you needed to save everything in this universe. Because now he is going to wipe everything out. And it's kind of like, what are you talking about? Who in the world is going to wipe everything out? And you have Norman Osborn with the face of the Green Goblin right now turn around, point into the sky, and he points straight to the Sentry. And he says, him. I was keeping him calm. And now the void is released. And the void is going to wipe everything out. And guys, the book ends right there. The book ends with that huge cliffhanger right there. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. Please leave me a like down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next comic book video. Have a good day, guys. Later.